Let's admit it. You caught me fucking red-handed. I said daily uploads and I disappeared for 2 weeks. By the way, the reason was because we were finishing the production of the demo of Eggventure. So if you are interested, you can go and wishlist the game and play it. If you are just interested in the content, subscribe in the channel. Today we'll talk about something I talked drastically in its particular points in this channel, but mainly we are going to talk about why did Expedition 33 win? What actually made this game very unique? One of my cliche points that we like talked 100,000 times in this channel already about it is story. Again, many solo devs hate making stories for their game, but the reality is making a good story means your game gonna be good, especially if it's a storyline game, not like Rocket League or something. The narrative design really shapes the game into a very decent game, and this is one of the strongest points for Expedition 33. The story is amazing. The pitch in the story is phenomenal. The story influenced even the graphics. Many people say, oh, it's just an RPG game with Unreal graphics. Yes, again, Unreal does make everything look very, very decent, but having a very good rendered visuals and very decent render shadows is very different from a very nice scene. I can give you the same buildings and props and give it for a very beginner environmental artist and one for a very experienced team with lightning directors and a very good decent director for a visual director that can make the scene looks good. With good narrative design and world building influence a lot on the visual design, and that's why it looks good. It does not look good just because Unreal actually does the environmental art or the world building. Unreal just renders stuff very good, and that's correct. But what made their scenes very decent is actually their narrative design for the world building and their environmental art, their visual direction for the game, which mattered more to them because the game does have a very strong point into narrative. So they wanted to make the visual direction very decent to fit with their narrative. So the cutscene does not look really out of place from the whole game. Point two is teamwork. I know, a very cliche one too. I don't really like cliche words like just teamwork and stuff like that. I really love decent teamwork environments, but to be honest, they were a bit more leveled in this area. So the scene where they all were playing the music and they were making their own stuff, it was phenomenal. Shows a very decent teamwork. And again, teamwork really ruins a lot of projects. I guess many people do not understand this before going into the creative industry. The creative industry is a bit hard in matter of hierarchy and how, especially for indie studios, there is no actual hierarchy in the studio. Maybe a simple one, but not a very complicated one like AAA studios or other types of companies. There is no, and this goes for not one or two, for all the creative industry, cinematics, movies, TV shows, video games, anything going into the entertainment industry or the creative industry goes through a very hard teamwork. If teamwork is bad, sometimes the project fucks up, and their teamwork was phenomenal, almost flawless. So I think with interesting gameplay, I played the game. It has more than just narrative cutscenes, and of course the gameplay was very, very, very interesting. I think it made the game deserves Game of the Year. Of course, the game was phenomenal. The music was amazing. I was just the voiceover phenomenal, totally deserved. The direction too. I know many people don't understand how the direction in Expedition 33 was very good. Like the scenes and the camera and cinematic scenes, how the camera were directed is it's more like a movie standard rather than a game. The things that you expect from more like 3D movies rather than a video game. Many video games does this, by the way. If you saw the cinematic in Witcher 4, is the same quality level in that. But yeah, again, Expedition 33 did a very phenomenal job. About the point of use of AI, so many people talk about it. Alright, I'm fucking someone that very hates AI because I was going to buy some RAM and the prices just went up, and now I fucking hate AI more than I hate to be honest, anything. I hate it, okay? It sucks. I hate people doing their pictures in AI and publishing in social media. It's super cringy. Please don't do that. I hate that every fucking program that I used to use before now have a fucking AI option and just an ad to, oh, use this tool. And I understand the frustration going from the environmental hazards that coming from AI and different bullshit coming with, of course, such a highly invested into new technology. And I know this made people mad because they used placeholders, but again, as I talked before, in matter of industry standard, in matter of the industry itself, it's totally okay to use AI placeholders or any type of placeholders, but you should not publish it, in my opinion, in a full production. You can make placeholders with AI. It doesn't even matter. Many people don't understand what a placeholder is. It's like putting just a capsule, for example, but you don't want to see the capsule. You want something like more visually interesting because you got bored of it, or you want to test animations, placeholder animations, and then replace everything. So it's not like when you do placeholders you make code by AI. You actually coded something and you just want to test before doing the models, all right? You just testing. Placeholders is the same as using third-party assets that are characters, already pre-made characters with animations. You're not gonna publish the animation in the main game. You're just trying to see how it will look in your character before designing. And for the textures is to see if the textures will actually like work or will be looking good, alright? Then you remove it. I think they only forgot one, something that is a telephone road or something with newspapers, which by the way it would take 10 minutes to do. I think they just forgot it and then patched it. Not like they were like no one gonna see this, no one gonna know this is AI, yet it's the most obvious AI thing because the words will not be obvious, like clear, so people will notice it really well. So I think they just forgot about it, especially in such big projects. By the way, many people don't know it will be 1,000 of files. They definitely would slip one or two texts. Again, I don't like AI. I really love to be for it to be more limited, but it's totally okay to use as placeholders for your game. Do I recommend that? No. Buy third-party assets. They would look better in placeholder creativeness. I do this with 3D characters, motions and animations, placeholder testing in my video games, and I recommend it because it looks way better. Buy a texture library like 2,000 textures or something like that, and you will have a very decent base for like pre-production placeholders testing. Again, I know many people neglect pre-production. Even Expedition 33 yet is a very good game. If you go and see how it were designed, they pretty much neglected a lot of the pre-production, to be honest. They merged the production with pre-production. So that's why they used AI, because it will speed things up. I know it's a very boring process when I talk about pre-production, but it's very necessary. Again, using placeholders or third-party assets as placeholders, then changing them is totally okay. There is no wrongdoing doing that. So since my beverage is done and I think I don't have anything else to say, I hope you like this video. Share your ideas in the comments. Drop us a like, a subscribe, and I hope you have a very nice day. Don't forget to wishlist Eggventure. We're trying to hit 5,000 wishlists. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.